Welcome in YouTube. Don't yell at me, I'm looking at my OBS settings. Okay. Hello. This is 17 Tips and Tricks. I am an Ascension 20 player. I'm currently 13th in the world when it comes to Ascension 20 in Season 2. And we're going to take a step back into normal mode. And we're going to talk about how to get to high waves. So this is going to be 17 tips and more to get you there. So right off the bat, I need to take a drink of this yummy cream soda. My name is Hacksar. Wow, that's beautiful. So right off the bat, your initial roll is very, very important. And there's not that many relics that you can choose from that are actually that good. So Spearhead and Stone, we'll take it. It's not the end of the world, okay? But if we look at some of these relics, what would really be preferred would be Burden Cart, because it allows your economy to just take off if you go for an outpost economy. And Spearhead is actually pretty good because it boosts base DPS and it allows you to get carried in the early game. And this is just the tip of the spear. What you also want to focus on is banners and getting multiplicative banners instead of additive banners. So what I mean when I say that is, let's say I get Cold Snap, right? If I get more and more and more Cold Snap, it doesn't really multiply. It just keeps adding on. However, if, let's say, I were to get, where is it? Lightning Surge, where the chance gets up 1% and then 2% and then 3%, etc. And you were to combo this with another thing that uses spell damage or causes more spells, you could get a crazy chain going. And so an example of this would look like Lightning Surge with, where is it? Iced Target. Slowed enemies take additional spell damage. So now you're getting more Lightning Surge, and that damage, which is going up additively, the percentage, the damage for it is going up multiplicatively, right? Another example would be with, where is it? Pact of Dusk. So this one's huge. So you can see here, Arrow Towers now boost the Shadow Tower instead with a multiplied bonus. So if you were to get, let's say, Lucky Shot, it's a 12% damage boost. But if you were to combo that with Pact of Dusk, now it's a 12% boost times 2.5 for a, 36% boost or some shit like that. 30, okay, don't yell at me. And then if you were to add that in with with Timberwind Mark, that's even more damage. So all things to consider. Now, another thing to think about is when it comes to your spells. If you're going for, let's say, that Lightning Strike combo I told you, you want to make sure you get the Arcane Explosion spell, because this will boost your spell damage the more that you cast this, which is great. Yeah, so just a couple things to consider right off the bat. Other things that we could talk about would be making sure that your economy is the priority and strategically placing towers to get the best banners at the right time. So early on, if you know for a fact you're going for a Prism Tower run, you might want to banish the banners that don't really help you in that run. So like, I don't really care about, let's just say if I'm going for a Prism Tower run, I don't really care about Magical Charge, because I don't plan on boosting my spell damage very much. Well, if you build Runestone Towers only at the beginning, well, those are the only banners that are going to show up. So then you could use all 3 or 2 of your banishes on Magical Charge, Trinity, whatever ones you don't want, to where every single banner choice, you're only getting the 2 banners or 3 that you want from that tower type. So you can crazy stack one particular banner that way, if that's something you're interested in. Sacrificing. So you don't always want to sacrifice right away. Sometimes you do want to wait a little bit, because that extra worker helps your economy so much. In the normal mode, it fluctuates depending upon what strategy you're going for, but on the higher ascensions, it's pretty much necessary. So, just some casual ideas, and we'll get more into thoughts as we continue along. So, I'm gonna try a Prism run, because I think that's the simplest, easiest way to get past wave 40. So let's talk through my strategy. What I'm going to do is boost Prism, and I'm going to boost Magical Charge. And so, and Runic Fire Aura. So I'm gonna banish Trinity and Focus Rune right away, because Focus Rune is good for a short amount of damage at a very fast rate, but in the long term it's not that helpful when you're going for a Prism run where you're having a lot of towers add into just one main tower. And I'm honestly tempted to go for Trinity, because I have had success doing a Trinity Prism Tower run. No, I don't want to do that. And so we'll just do Magical Charge and Prism, and we'll do Runic Fire Aura for a little bit, I think. And then we'll eventually tie that in to this bad boy of Frost Magician, where each Frost Nova has a chance to grant you extra energy. Or honestly, I don't want to do this. We're going to do the Shadow Tower build that I showed you guys earlier. So we're going to go for Pact of Dusk and Arrow Towers. So we're just going to try to boost the damage of Arrow Towers as much as we can, and then get Pact of Dusk, and then just boost Shadow Towers a bunch. So let's make it happen. Well, this is an interesting start, because with Spearhead, this would be good for a Prism start, not so much for a Shadow Tower start. Let's see if we can start with Burden Cart. I think that would be best, honestly. So that's another thing, guys. It's a single player game, so you can play the way that you want to play. You know, if you're tired of the rolls that you've gotten, and you're like, man, I don't want to play with these. This is bullshit. Just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll reroll. Look at that. I got some stone now. I got Burden Cart. I'm happy with it. Or I could reroll again. You know, maybe I want Burden Cart and wood. Or maybe I want a chest and Burden Cart. You know, follow your heart, guys. So we're going to get Burden Cart and wood, or Burden Cart and a chest. that's ass. Come on, give me something good, guys. And so, keep in mind, though, this might take the fun out of it for you. You know, maybe you really enjoy the random roll and trying to do your best with that random roll. So don't let this get in the way of that either. You know what? Let's do the 55 stone. And I'm gonna try something. No, I don't want to do that. We need the wood. So that's another thing too, is you kind of want to prioritize wood early on. And the reason for that is because wood helps your village. And then your village builds up your economy, which gives you everything in life, right? So if you do not prioritize wood, you might get, you know, some good stuff early on, but you're gonna be too strong in the early waves to where your economy isn't strong enough to then build up and carry you for those higher waves. So early on, you want to have as few towers as possible to survive the rounds. Okay. Now let's just take a little peek here at my camera. I'm not quite sure where I want to put it just yet. I think historically I've put it over here. So we'll just do that. Okay, and you can see that you can actually specialize your lumberjack camp on round 1 if you want, which can be juicy. It can be. So we are not gonna do it though. We're gonna, no, we will. Let's do it. And yeah, we're gonna get our passive production up. And we're going to go for a runestone tower off the rip. Surprisingly, don't yell at me. And that will carry me until I can get it'll allow me to not build arrow towers for the first 2 waves, which will give me more wood to invest in my economy, and then I'll swap over and build a wood tower near the end of round 3, so that then my wood tower is the one that activates for the banner choice. So that's another little tip and trick, is you don't always have to build the tower that you're trying to get banners in, as long as that's your tower available or up on the map. When the banner choice happens, that's what affects that. Okay, so 4 workers, that'll give me 120 wood. I could go for oak crusher, but I think I'd rather just get... No, it makes sense to double up on oak crusher. Yeah. All right. Here we go. And so we're gonna get the university going right away. And we're gonna go straight into outposts. And that you can do on the earlier ascensions, and that's just gonna help your economy a lot. In the later rounds, it's not that good. Also, I completely forgot that I'm supposed to build outposts. So that's something else to consider. But, I mean, honestly, having them be 20% cheaper before I build them, who knows? This could be good. And then the guild hall is really important because it allows for you to stack. And so this round is going to end right now. So we'll demolish this, build an arrow tower instead. And then we're gonna banish fire rate. We're gonna banish Rapid Archer, and we're gonna banish Barbed Arrows. Perfect. And then all we want to do is get as many lucky shots or Timberwind marks as possible. Okay, and then I really want to try to survive one more round without building any outposts so that prefabrication is maxed out. This might kill me, and that's fine, right? Like, we're vibing. We're having fun, guys. So do not yell at me. Oh yeah, I'm so dead. What am I thinking? And then another thing to consider too is you may not always need to... Oh wow, that worked out great. So we want more outposts, Path of Bounty, right? So another trick is the boss health will only go up by 50%, or sorry, 50% once, even if you get this one Oracle choice on round 5 and on round 4 and 9. So you can get double trouble in terms of money from these things, which is always nice. And I think this 5% we'll have to get later, but I think we'll be okay. So let's take a look here. And do not forget about protection money. So if no enemies get on the tile that has your general collectors, they will give you extra gold. So it is always good to try to keep those bad boys from being reached. And then if you can, you want to get a split as early as possible. Oh, more elite enemies? That's actually good for me. But think about what I'm going for here, which is Shadow Towers. And my wood production is already really good. Oh, or should I have gone down the luck tree? I don't know. Oh, my dogs are playing. They're so cute. I think I'm going to go trading ship costs. Damn it. See, this was a mistake I made. I absolutely should have deleted that mortar tower before I continued on with the round. Like, I should have deleted these before the round ended. So this entire run, honestly, if I want to get to wave 40, we haven't had a split early. So this is already pretty bad. I messed up my economy, terribly so. And I don't even like these spells. And I fucked up with the burden cart. So this whole run was a nice little refresher, we'll call it. But you see, that's another thing with this game, is it is a roguelite, right? So have fun with it, you know? It's not always that important. So, ooh, I get 2 relics. Interesting. Honestly, let's do Blade of Self-Sacrifice. That way we get more elites. And another outpost. Okay. And now we're going to go for a triple or a double outpost start. How about that? So we'll build the... No, it's not that important. We'll build the mill and get Wonder Seed going. This might backfire, so don't yell at me. And what we're going to do is get the wheat to hire more workers, and then whatchamacallit, spend the wood on our specialization as soon as I can. But first, we're going to get 3 general collectors. So you see, we'll be able to build this next turn. And it's going to be beautiful because I'm also going to be able to hire another worker next turn. Because I'll get 6 gold, so I can buy this to reduce the cost a little bit. It'll be beautiful. Okay, so Pro Creative Power. Oh, whoops, I forgot that I need the wood for the house. That's embarrassing. That's okay. We'll get him next time, guys.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Oh, God. It has been a while since I've played this game, and it is showing right now. Dude, Iron Hand, thank you so much for the lurk. Okay, and see, that's fine, actually. We're going to get my 3rd general collector, and then we'll get a worker in that little wheat hut. And then this is the banner choice showing up. So, oh, look, an elite. That's fantastic. That's free money, baby. I wonder if I can take him down with just this. I don't think so, but maybe. Wow. That's epic. Fuck, I forgot to delete the towers. No! Okay, looks like we are going for a prism run instead of a arrow tower run. All right, perfect. So now we're only gonna get these 3, which I really care about. And honestly, no, we do need magical charge in the late game. For now, we'll just get Prism. And let's open this chest up. Nice it. And we'll go for gold. And let's see here, guys. I absolutely want to build this 3rd general collector. But if I don't build it, next round I'll be able to specialize. So I think I'm just going to hold off, honestly. And instead, I will... Ooh, I'm going to build... No. God, this is embarrassing. That's okay. 17 tips and tricks as we play the game together. So, let's just run with it, guys. Let's just run with it. So, I'm going to increase the range on this guy. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. There's a vision here. So I can prism to this dude, which can prism to this dude, which can prism to this dude. And it'll all work out in our favor, guys. And Path of Bounty, perfect. All right, let's specialize. Get our wood production. And typically, you do want to specialize your wood production more so than anything else, because it just boosts your economy so much. I mean, without that wood specialization, you are really hurt. Let me tell you. Okay, let's go ahead and build the quarry next. That way I can upgrade it with my gold. Nice. And yeah, so Arcane Explosion is a must. And this guy works out great, man. More wood, less research, or faster research. That's fantastic. So we're actually going to go for economy budget, 1 and 2, stave construction, university, make outposts cheaper, or, hear me out.
Research completed.
Instead of doing that, we go for luck. And then that's another tip and trick that I just realized. Your first research you kind of want to get this here, best selection, 10 times the chance of banners in chests. And the reason for that is because if you combo that with getting more elites and killing them more, you'll get a lot more banners, which will allow your specialization, whatever it is that you're trying to do, to stack a lot more. I don't know if it's going to be worth it or not because of how much your economy hurts in the long run. But, I mean, we're having fun. So, with this 143 wood, we absolutely need to build the house and get some workers in here. And then I do need more wood to get my trading ships fully built. And then this is interesting. So with the statue, sometimes while you're like, oh, okay, cool, he's building runestone towers, he should boost runestone towers. I can agree with that to an extent. Because sometimes you want to focus on one particular banner from an auxiliary tower that's not necessarily your damaging tower, but it is your, like, late game banner combo tower. And so early on, it just doesn't really fit into the economy or fit into your strategy to be able to build that tower early to then get that tower for banner choices. So sometimes if you don't plan on building that tower at all, you can instead select it here and then get the blessing of choice for that particular tower that you haven't built at all. And sometimes that helps you out if you have a variety of towers in order to stay alive, but there's one you're really trying to focus on. Just something to keep in mind too. And then later in the late game, once you've gotten all the banners that you need for that support tower, then you add on the blessing of expansion and do your proper tower. So what that would look like for me this match would be to get frost towers, get blessing of choice 1 and 2, and then in my frost towers, I would get Frost Magician over and over and over again to help me get boosted that way. But I'm kind of sick of relying on Frost Magician, and instead I'm going to rely on Arcane Accumulation. Yeah, so I'm not actually going to go for the Frost Tower strategy. Instead, I'm just going to go all out on Prisms, baby. Okay. Another thing to keep in mind is with this spell, when you unlock your hero, you get those 2 casts. So every round, you want to make sure that you throw this spell out there to help you gain that spell damage. Every time. Alright, let's get our 3rd General Collector thrown in the mix here. And then, even though the numbers are the same, depending on your strategy, you may want to put them in different spots, right? Like, I'm going for runestone towers. I'm going to need a lot more gold and stone. So even though they're both 12s, I would much rather lose 12 wood to gain 6 stone and 6 gold. So this is a way better spot than over here. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's keep the party going. And we got a split early. That's amazing. That is fantastic. I'm a little nervous I'm gonna die. So I'm just gonna throw in this arc tower here. Just to help out a little bit. Okay, yeah, I was just being paranoid. And then if your mouse has changeable hotkeys, this is another pro tip here. Change your middle click to be delete. Or like your middle button click. Because then if you build a tower, it makes it so much easier and like you don't have to use this hand as much. It's great. And yeah, we're just gonna max out Prism early. Boom, baby. And then if you can combo faster research with the Oracle choice for faster research, that is also a great option. And then at this point, I do want to get my people to get going. So I am gonna build the tavern and the brewery and get well construction. And that's just so that these assholes actually start helping my economy out more. And then because this is normal mode, I know that I'll survive for longer. Oh, and look, I forgot my own advice. I didn't even cast spells last round. So what you can do is you can just exit and it'll reset you back to the defense phase. So then you load in, or the economy phase. And then you just cast your spells because you forgot. And then you start the round again. And then they actually took effect and increased your spell damage. So that's another little thing you can do. Now you don't ever want to finish this off, ever. Leave it like this. Have it be the last one you explore. Because you never know if it fucks you and like it expands into 2 or 3 or something. You never know, man. Nice. And then I personally don't send workers out. Or no, I do send them out for the common banner. Because banners are just so important for your economy. Okay, nice. So now we got some good transferring going. So, I mean, this guy's damage is going up quite nicely. And I have a lot of wood. Jeez. I think I should have spent that and I forgot to. But that's okay. So let's get our guild manager thrown in there. And let's get as cheap upgrades as possible. Definitely try to get those cheaper upgrades before you buy trading ships. Absolutely. But it is understandable if you can't. Man, I was hoping that Blade of Self-Sacrifice would give me more elites, but so far it hasn't. Oh, that's fantastic. And that's fantastic. All of these are so good. Well, it's early on, so this is great to get. And then I'll reserve this for later.
Research completed.
Now when I explore, hopefully we can get some nice 4s in here. Okay, nice. We are almost at best selection. Oh. And we do have the boss coming up soon. So I do want to try to prepare for that. Ooh, here's an elite. Let's see if we can get him. So I think this upcoming round, I'm going to invest. Nice. Mostly in turrets and less in my economy. Just to help make sure I live. And so then here's a perfect example, right? This guy's going to get through. We know that. So instead of letting this tower waste more time shooting this dude, instead, we can change the focus to least health, most forward, and now he'll target these weaker guys. And instead of like getting this guy super low, then starting to shoot on this dude, but then at that point he's too far to be killed in time, and it's just like a chain of that, he'll just kill the weak dude and then move his way up instead of back. And hopefully only this guy will get through, instead of what could have been a worse situation. You know what I'm saying? Nice. And look at that. See, this guy just got through. So if we were really tryharding, we could have swapped his focus to furthest back or something to help make sure that that didn't happen. But honestly, it's okay. Ooh, more Path of Bounty. Hello. Yeah, more Prism. And so I'm kind of going all out on Prism, which might seem a little delusional. But I promise you, something Druid Hut. Shut up, dude. Wait, no, you're right. The Druid Hut is important. Because of Wildlife Ritual, where it makes more resources appear. But I need to invest in my economy, guys. Oh yeah, I'm cooked. I'm absolutely dead. But it'll be fun. And so this is another thing that's interesting with trying to get to these higher waves, is you have to play a little fast and loose. And so instead of like feeling very confident early on, typically you're gonna feel very bad early on. And you're gonna be like, man, is this gonna work? Because you have to invest so heavily in your economy or other things, to where your build doesn't really seem to work. But it does. Vibe with me. So look, I faked you guys out. We're actually gonna get the this bad boy, and now it's an easy dub. I totally knew that was gonna happen. And you can also start to sacrifice as well if you need it. So if you hold your sacrifices in reserve, you can sometimes make that pop off too. King. Now before the boss, you absolutely want to buy resource deals to help boost that bonus from the boss. And I think a Raven Tower here is appropriate just to help me manage the boss. Just to make sure, you know? Bet. Gorgeous. Okay. Now, here's a fun fact. I don't know if this is going to permanently be a thing. It could just be a glitch. But open chest opens all the chests at the same time. So if you're expecting a banner choice that will lead you to get a fusion, you could actually get both fusions if you click this open chest button, if they both give you a banner. Fun fact for you. Because the game hasn't like unpaused yet, so it hasn't registered that fact. It's just something I saw on Reddit that I ended up commenting on. Don't quote me on the accuracy of that. I'm not even sure if it's gonna stay in effect or anything like that, so don't yell at me. Okay, so I have a lot of wood and I'm not spending. So you can see I'm not playing very well at all, if I'm being completely honest. There are so many things I could do right now to play, I guess you could say, better. I guess I'm trying to show you that you don't always have to play perfectly to achieve your goals, you know? It's a vibe, guys. It's a vibe. And also, the fact is, I didn't tell you how quickly I was going to get to wave 40 and show you these 17 tips. So, you know, if I don't achieve my goal, maybe I just keep filming. And then you have no idea. You thought it was all part of the plan the whole time. Also, I hope you've been counting about how many tips I've been saying, because I haven't been. We're probably getting to around 17 at least. So before you open these chests, here's a couple things to consider. This relic might be the shooty thingamabobby. The thing. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. This thing, the artifact of determination. So you can see you can no longer upgrade your towers if you get this. So before you sacrifice anyone and before you open up any legendary chests, if you think you may be upgrading towers that round or in the next 4 rounds, maybe consider, okay, if I have 73 gold, I'm not going to be spending it on base upgrades. I am going to be spending it on tower upgrades. I just don't know which ones yet. Or if you think like, it is vital that this asshole can reach this so that when I build a tower here, the prism chain happens. It is vital. So maybe I'll upgrade this before I sacrifice and open these chests. Just in case I get the artifact of determination, I can pick it where otherwise I wouldn't be able to. Because of like, oh, it would mess up my strategy because I can't upgrade for 4 turns. So that's another thing that you may want to consider. Yeah, I've been... Oh, hello. Oh, thank you. Hope you had fun. Thank you, that was very sweet of you. Okay, and so... at this point, I'm happy with my gold income. So this is another tip for you here. General collectors cost so much more than the stonemason, right? We're looking 3 times as much. And the next cost increase for all outposts goes up by way more if you build GCs. And so what I highly encourage you to do is think about your strategy. You know, are you only building arrow towers? You don't really need that much stone and gold. So don't commit to building general collectors the whole time. You know, maybe just swap over to just building woodcutters. You know what I'm saying? Cheers. And so I'm going to swap over and only build stonemasons. Soon. First, I want to specialize the brewery here. But that's another thing to consider too, is math, right? So, I might think like, oh, I want to save up my wood so that I can buy this, so I'm not going to build any wood stuff this turn. But, I mean, look at it, right? I have 400. I'm getting 256. That'll put me at 656. So I do have 156 wood, or 158, of spare change I can spend, and it won't mess up my strategy. So is there anywhere else I could spend 158 wood to boost my economy? Well, I could build, not a general collector, but I could build a stone basin. But honestly, I'm not quite there yet. I think I would rather get more resources to start showing up on the map. So I think I'm gonna spend 90 there. And then I'll still be able to afford that brewery specialization. And then this gold, I'm confident I'm not gonna spend it on upgrading towers. So it'll be fine. Nice. Runic Fire Aura, that's huge. So keep in mind, even if you're going for one particular strategy, let's say I want to go Prism, and then Runic Fire Aura will be like my auxiliary banner. Some people might like be focused and be like, you know what, I'm going to get 10 Prism banners, and only when I have 10 Prism will I get Runic Fire Aura. But there's this thing called the Law of Diminishing Returns. And once you get, let's just pretend fucking your ultimate goal is 10 Prism and 5 Fire Aura. Once you get to, let's just pretend 3 Prisms, right? I'm currently getting 87%. Well, plus 50%, well, or no, 40 puts me at 128. But that 40% is no longer actually 40% damage boost. It's only a 50% of the damage boost that I already am getting. So it's not truly a 40% increase, right? Because these are additive with the plus signs. That's why what I was talking about earlier with the multiplicative is important to try to track down and figure out which ones are. And so at some point, the bonus of getting a 12% fire rate, even though it's like a smaller number and it doesn't tie into your main strategy ultimately, but it's like an auxiliary helper, the benefit of this is going to be worth more than the benefit of the prism. Wow. So we're actually going to go for Runic Fire Aura. And then banners are the most hard to come by resource in the game. So if you can ever get Friendship of Necklace first, get it immediately. Absolutely. Because now if I sacrifice, I feel so much better sacrificing because I know I'm getting a banner. Beautiful. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I think this does make the most sense. I would love to put it here, but it's just gonna do so much less here. This is more of a late game thing. So that's another thing too, is like a lot of the times as a player, I'll find myself getting trapped in the future. And your present self, in terms of survival, always fucks over your future self. However, at the same time, you have to remember what I said earlier, of you need to play it super close. And so if I'm feeling very confident in my build, I won't put this tower here, even though ultimately it's a better decision. I'm going to play for the future and put it here, or maybe even here. I'm going to put it here. And the reason for that is because I plan on making a super prism tower, which is going to go right smack dab right here. That's a bad idea. I should just make this the super prism tower, huh? Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Like, this looks cool, but come on, it's 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40 tiles. Whereas this bad boy would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, etc., right? So sometimes a position might seem like really cool, but if you just take, you know, roughly count the hexes, you'll realize, like, huh, this actually isn't as good as I thought. Like, even though it's super well centered, so much of that range is just going to be wasted on this, whereas this one, it works out beautifully. Yeah, Iron Hand, this is a really nice setup, man. And yeah, I'll just beam over here too. It's going to work out great, dude. So because of that, I'm very confident in my build, but at the same time, it's, how do I say this? There may be a position where if I can build a tower in that one particular spot, it will be life-changing. And it will, like, increase the DPS. So maybe this spot is, like, perfect. Like, imagine, like, right here with a 4 radius, and it zigzags maybe, like, 3 or 4 times. But all of your DPS is set up back here. So maybe you need to just bite the bullet and build 3 prism towers and upgrade them all to make a super chain of range to get that damage boost up here. You don't really know, right? So those are all things to keep in mind if you're doing, like, a prism strategy. I hope that made any fucking sense at all. And then this dude, I'm never gonna build towers back here ever again. And so I'm actually gonna delete him. And build a new one over here. And at this point, I actually secretly don't want my towers to have good range at all. I only want them to reach this dude, and this dude's range is going to be the only one I increase. Everyone else is going to be no upgrades. Oh, I had no idea that these are just 50% range. Dude, I never knew that. Wow, look at that. Ascension 20 player here, and I had no idea that was a thing. That's why I love backseating, man. Thank you so much, Iron Hand. Wow, what a guy. And guys, we are going to take a little 3-minute ad break on Twitch just to keep pre-rolls off. Okay. Now, at this point, how do I say this? At this point, I know I'm gonna make it very far. So now it's just a matter of min-maxing my economy. So I could stick to just runestone towers, but I know for a fact my economy won't hold up in the late game if all I do is build runestone. So I'm actually going to transition into building every single type of tower, and use the extra income that I get from versatility to then allow me to upgrade all my buildings and boost my economy a bunch. Yeah. I hope that made a little bit of sense. So we'll go ahead and get chooching. Ooh, a 3-way split? That's not good. So, having a spawn here and a spawn all the way over here that just keeps going is your best bet.
Research completed.
Oh, fuck. I forgot to kill them with spells. Whoops. So if I was really trying to try hard, something else to consider would be getting Power of Growth really soon, so that you can cast more Arcane Explosions to get more spell damage. But I don't really care about that early on, because it's just 1%. Once it gets to 2, I care a little bit more. And then once it gets up to 4, then like I do actually care. Okay, so let's specialize our beer production. And let's get some more Wheaties in here. And then the first upgrade is super cheap, so it makes sense to get that first one right away. And also, how do I say this? Each upgrade becomes 5 gold cheaper. So if each upgrade is cheaper, that means if you get this when it's level 1, you'll save 5 gold, and then 10 gold, and then 15 gold, and then 20 gold for each upgrade, right? Or if you get this up to level 3, it's 15. But that's for each upgrade. So it stacks to where for the first upgrade you save 15, then the second upgrade you save 15. And when that's happening for like 20 different towers plus, this advanced towers upgrade is a massive gold saver. So that's a huge priority as well when trying to think about where to spend your gold early on. Man, no elites. What is going on here, guys? Okay, so let's spend some gold and make all of our towers cheaper to build. And now we will build a bunch of stone getters. And then you always want to go down the same path for as long as possible. Okay. So this elite might actually fuck me. We'll see. Not with my runic fire aura, baby. Okay, so of course, max out outposts. And runestone crit chance is so important. And of course, more spell damage. Nice. Honestly, I don't think this is useful for me at all because I have the luck tree. So we're just gonna skip it. And then every tower besides my main one, I want to boost damage in. Okay. So now that we have versatility maxed out, I also want to turn in my guild hall. Because the benefits of keeping that gold now of getting that like 75 or whatever is worth less than the benefits that I will get by claiming it and spending all of that gold now to help my economy in other ways by making every tower 10% cheaper to build. And also, like, because I'm about to build a bunch of towers, right? So getting them as cheap as possible and getting their upgrades as cheap as possible. That is huge. And you can see this dude's range now reaches this. So I no longer want to increase this guy's range. Or do I? I can't decide. Who's going to be the super tower? M? I'm thinking... I don't know. I can't decide yet. We'll do some testing and comparing. Okay, but for now, I want to put as many towers behind my runestone towers as possible. So I don't actually want them to kill anyone. Because they don't have the gold. They don't have the gold modifier where I get kills for gold. The blessing of wealth. So it would actually dampen my economy if these things murder people. Ah, whoops, I forgot to hire that worker. So let's just go back, reset this. Ooh. Hire that worker. And I should have bought Swift Service. I just forgot. And now I do actually care about spell damage because we're getting far enough into the game now with this 2% boost that I do want to try to start min-maxing arcane accumulation to boost my spell damage. Slowly but surely. So if we look, 10 times chance of banners in chests, or my outposts could be 50% better. Honestly, I care about getting banners more than I do about my economy. So because I've gone down the luck path and have best selection, I'm gonna choose this. But if I had gone down economy, I would have stuck with Path of Bounty. Hopefully that makes sense. I will have some slow applied. I'll keep my frost towers working. And so then you want to wait until these big boys, the spawners, get killed. That way, when you cast your spell, you want to do just most forward. We'll keep it simple. That way, when you cast your spell, you murder all the little guys that are weak, and you can get much more spell damage out of arcane accumulation than you otherwise would. Nice. So we're still gonna go for Prism, just because my spell damage really isn't quite there yet. But I will eventually transition into that. But we're just not quite there yet still. Yeah, and... I can't decide if I want to boost my wood production a little bit more. I think I do. Yeah, now I will transition and just build stone masons. Oh. Yellow Cat, have a wonderful 40 minutes without me. Hopefully you get a nice little break from listening to this old fella here. Wow, that teleporter just fucked me. Nice. So I'm only boosting damage on the non-killer tower because they don't actually do anything. They're literally just there to boost the damage of my super tower, and that's it. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm just trying to get my economy maxed out in terms of having workers. So I'm just gonna max out my wheat for a little bit. And we'll sacrifice, because I'm going to get a banner for it. Perfect. Frost Magician. That is all I wanted. So now that we have Frost Magician, the single most important thing is making sure that a Frost Tower shoots its spell every 15 seconds, no matter what, the entire round. And that's going to give us the highest chance of getting the Frost Magician benefit. So if these people finish spawning before this next grouping gets here, then that's a problem. But I don't think that'll happen. Nice. Dang, I didn't get a single extra spell that round? That's bullshit. And yeah, Icy Death just makes sense, because we'll eventually be able to get that fusion, potentially. And at this point, you can see I've spent most of my gold on upgrading my cities. We're still not quite where I'd like to be in terms of gold. So I will keep this up for a little bit longer. But eventually I'm going to sell all of these because I no longer need gold. And the benefit of these towers... Oh, fuck, I should have bought this way sooner. Whoops. The benefit of having the extra gold income from versatility is offset by banners being wasted on towers that you're not even using for damage. So like here it's wave 18, this is going to be a banner choice. Personally, I care less about the gold income from these towers than I do about keeping continuing to get the right banners. So I'm actually going to sell all of them off, and I'll just rebuild them later after I've gotten the banner choice done. Man, Light Pillar is making it hard on me. And now all Frost Towers are only going to boost their fire rate. That's the only thing that I care about. And at this point, that 5% bonus from Runic Fire Aura. No, I'll save my Banish. I'll save my Banish. Yeah, now we'll boost Magical Charge. Because that is a multiplicative. Because Magical Charge boosts the damage of this tower. So then one tower is boosting 60. Let's just say this extra 60 is coming entirely from Magical Charge, right? Well, now this one tower that's getting double damage is able to apply that damage to this dude, but also at an additional amount of damage. Because if we look, Prism is now at 128. So that double damage from the first tower is now becoming, what's 63 times 128%? Roughly a quarter of 63 would be like 15. So now instead of it transferring just 60 damage, it's actually transferring 75. And when that's happening from 30 towers, the multiplicative effect there gets crazier and crazier. So that's why this combo works so well. And now I'm waiting for the moment in which, oh, I already missed it. Whoops. Or, no, I didn't miss it. I just accidentally placed that there. Whoops. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to continue to upgrade this guy's range until we get to this guy. I don't know if I want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. We're going to go to this dude. So this dude, now that he is completing his transfer, will damage only boost his base damage, which really isn't that important to me. What I would rather do is get a nether multiplier in here with crit chance. Because now it's going to take that damage that we said, you know, let's just pretend 75 bonus damage from that one tower. Or yeah, you can see it right here, 357 from all those other towers. Now, if this crit chance gets up to 100%, now all of that damage that was multiplied to get there is also now multiplied by double or triple or femtuple, based upon what your crit damage multiplier is. And if you have it to where every single shot is a crit, it becomes crazy good. And look at that, we're getting free spell energy finally. And all I'm gonna do is load up this path with more and more frost towers to ensure that we are frosting people up the entire fucking round. And that's so that I can cast more of this arcane explosion, which will then allow me to cast more spell damage, which will then boost the damage of all these towers, which will then boost the tower of my super tower, which will then boost the damage of the crit tower. And we just want to keep building stonemasons with all of our wood at this point. And then instead of transitioning into an economy build, we'll transition into war. Because in the late game, getting the economy tech tree just isn't worth it. It's not. And yeah, just to get some cheap gold. Oh, just kidding. Oh, just kidding. Never mind. Ah, fuck, I could have hired a lot of workers. So, yeah, let's fix that. Whoops. Thank God I checked before that last dude died. So yeah, my economy is ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. Normally in normal mode, you have such a stronger economy at this point. But I've really been trying to showcase how you can develop a multiplicative strategy. So I do apologize if I end up losing this. It very well could happen. So please don't yell at me. In terms of beating wave 40. I know for a fact I have wave 30 secured. I'm not worried about that. Alright, cool. We'll get our last 2 workers. And then we can put all of them into the grind. Oh, yeah. Very nice. Oh, no. It's Iron Maid the Ruthless. Run for your life. So yeah, we're getting our damage still relatively low, but it will definitely buff here shortly.
Research completed.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So then same thing, you want to try to upgrade all your towers before you open anything legendary to make sure. Cool. Yeah, we'll do elites, drop 2 chests, because I know I'm going to survive. And magical charge. Beautiful. Yeah, now we're getting there. Okay, we're at almost 500. Slowly but surely, baby. Yep. And so then instead of building more stonemasons... Well, actually, I don't need to build prism towers for quite some time. So I will build more stonemasons. Yeah, and I'm hoping we can get more Frost Magician, honestly. Ooh. Honestly, I'll get Runic Fire Aura one more time, and then I think I'm gonna banish it. Because I would much rather get more... That's a toughie. No, it's just so good. Honestly, I think I'm gonna reroll for... Because I don't need the damage right now. We'll banish Icy Death. We'll banish... Painful Cold. And now I'm hoping we can reroll to get a legendary Frost Magician. Damn it! But that's okay. I'll settle for legendary prism. Oh, it auto bans itself at 50. Oh, what do I have it at? Oh my god, yes! Legendary Frost Magician. Oh, I currently have it at 26, so... Okay, yeah, cool. Cool. So definitely don't banish it. Just keep getting it. So I'm gonna try to save up some money to get the workshop specialization. That way, when I build more... Hold on, what did I just build? Okay, yeah, stonemasons. That way, when I build more doodads, the boopity spoppities do the spoopity spop. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god. And yeah, I mean, we have Frost Towers going the entire match, right? There is always an enemy in range of a Frost Tower. So this corridor is like the perfect spot to spam them. And that just works out that way due to where paths spawned. And once we get to around 17 to 20 energy, 17 to 20 energy around, that's pretty much as far as you're gonna make it. Without doing like a freeze thing where they're frozen and stuck. So, yeah, also consider that fact of if you start to get, at least in my experience, if I start to get to around 17 plus energy around at the end of the round, I will not upgrade Frost Magician anymore because it's no longer limited by its percentage. It's limited by the 20-second global cooldown. And you can do the testing yourself, right? Like, notice, just don't spend any energy during the round. See how much you get. Mark that number down. And then build a fuck ton more Frost Towers and see if it changed the number at all. And if it didn't, then most likely you have the global cooldown maxed out. So there's no point in getting more Frost Magician.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Nice. And then, yeah, getting more slow. Love that. All right, let's keep this party going. Okay, nice. 10 energy, not bad. Damn, 9. We got stuck at 9. That's bullshit. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to specialize the workshop to make the most built tower type cheaper. Oh, and it tells you which tower type it is now. That's cool. But honestly, I'm kind of happy with the amount of, or no, I'm not. No, I'm not. We can get some more energy. I know we can. Just a little bit more. That's all I'm asking for. Yeah, freeze them. And then honestly, I'm at a crossroads. Iron Hand, let me know what you think. Should I go for Path of Bounty, or should I go for the Path of Danger and more elites? I kind of really want to go for more elites, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the extra resources aren't going to be as important as the extra banners that I get from killing more elites, especially since I went down the luck tree. Honestly, I care about your opinion, but I'm going to go for the elites. I'm just curious what you think at this point. Yeah, we'll do more. Yeah, let's go, my boy. Wait, did I banish it? Oh, thank God. So that's another thing, guys, is try to pay attention to when Oracle choices are coming up. And just double check yourself, man. Make sure you have the rerolls. Nothing hurts my soul as much as getting an Oracle choice, running out of rerolls, not being able to get the Oracle choice that I needed. And when I look at my gold, I have, 300 gold in the bank. It's just like, God damn it. Oh, whoops, what is that? Ew. Oh, and look, see, 10 energy? I almost forgot. Jesus. I think I have been forgetting this whole time. I don't think I've been casting any spells at the end of rounds.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That's okay. That's okay. Ooh, nice. An elite. I love to see it. Oh, and then another thing is light pillar. So you can see this, the pillar that spawns does 10x damage. So that's another multiplier of the damage. So it's really, really strong. I don't care about this. I want to banish this and this as soon as I can, actually. So I really hope I can get the Lotus Potion. And the Lotus Potion is a relic that will give you more banishes. 1 banish per tower types you have chosen banners for. So if I get that, I could banish those 2, and then I would be able to just permanently get my Runestone Tower banners that I prefer. Which would be much better than what I'm currently getting. And there's no other specializations that I want to go for. They're too costly, in my opinion, at this point. I don't care about the Blessing of Expansion for anything, because at this point, Frost Towers, I don't need any Frost Tower banners to pull up. So that's something else to consider, is maybe even though you might want to go for the Auxiliary Tower, since those are your 2 main towers, honestly, the 5% damage trade-off caused by the expansion is in no way worth the damage bonus from Frost Towers. I mean, look at the total damage, right? Losing 5% of this asshole is gonna be, well, 10% would be 60k, so 5% would be, let's say, 30k, whereas 25% increase of this, I mean, a quarter of 16 is 4, that's only 40k. So a 25% damage increase in Frost Towers is actually a net reduction in damage. Something to consider. Something to consider. So I don't care about the 1 standard anymore. Don't care about Crown of Prudence. Reeker's Axe is good, but honestly, Valknut's Ascendant is where it's at. Especially in the late game when the upgrades are so expensive. But honestly, for now, we'll just do Reeker's Axe, and I'll count on getting this later on. Okay, guys, look, let's test out my theory, right? I've been averaging around 10 energy available around. I'm going to get an extra 5% of Frost Magician chance, and let's see if it goes up at all. At my guess, honestly, is that it's not. I don't think it is. I think that I've maxed out the 20-second global cooldown, but I think it would be nice to have like a rough guesstimate of when you should stop. So let's just put it to the test. In this option, Prism is the better choice by far right now. Absolutely. If you were like copying this, you should go Prism. But I'm doing some testing. Oh. Yeah, we're still averaging right around 10. So I would say roughly a 10% thingamabob is when I would stop. So knowing that now, I'm going to delete a bunch of these because there's no point in having them basically uselessly apply their slow effect. So I would rather have them apply slow when we're in range of my towers. And then honestly, I'm not even gonna build more frost towers. I'm gonna build more runestone towers early. That way they have more time to get their damage upgraded, and ultimately my DPS will go up more faster. And then something else I just realized too is I put all these not in the very far back point of the chain, which is where they should typically try to be. Because the damage will jump forward more, and it will, what's it called? Man, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying right now. But if you can, have them in the back, not the front. But you still want to make sure that there's 5 around each little bubble, just to make sure that fire rate bonus is kicking in. All right, legit. Feeling good about it. All right, yeah, we're looking at 2,000 damage now. Still pretty bad, but we're getting there. And I mean, its crit chance is gonna start climbing pretty quickly too now, which is good. Oh my god, he was just deleted. I mean, you can see, right? Look at how many frost towers I got rid of. And I'm still ending up with just about 10 energy. So sometimes it absolutely is worth it to calm down on your frost towers and try to pay close attention to your energy that you're ending up with at the end of it. Look, strangely, we actually got more energy. Probably because the enemies were slower. That sucks. I mean, the slow value just isn't worth it at all, even though it's legendary. So we'll just get a runic fire aura.
Research completed.
Nice. And then I do want to try to go for basic training. That way I can get armor and accuracy penetration super easily. Or I guess super cheaply would be the best terminology there. Oh, and then something else, man. I'll do this next round, but you can place an outpost down, demolish, and then delete it, just to clear up space. So like I can get rid of this rock and this gold. And then I could upgrade this guy's range 2 or 3 more times so that he reaches this 2 instead of the 1. But it's just not worth it. I would much rather upgrade his crit chance. And then you can see here, we don't get another banner until wave 30. So now is a great time to put down 5 of each tower again, to let versatility get you a bunch of gold again. Because we both know that the Blessing of Choice is going to give me 2 runestones. Oh fuck, I should have built all of those after opening the chests. Oh my god. Because I don't want these to be in the pool for those chests. Or possible banners I get, you know what I'm saying? Oh, hell yeah. Nah. I mean, a free 20 gold. But, I mean, when demolishing, more money. And this is only base damage. So Spearhead is not good in the late game. It's only good in the early game. Yeah, I'd rather get more money when demolishing. Okay, nice. Yo, can I get some more elites, please? Like, come on, guys. Nice and nice. Nice. Yeah, I have the thing that makes the common one free, but it's just so worth it to get a legendary relic instead. And only when I run out of workers will I transition away from that. And at this point, I think it makes sense to... No, yeah, we'll keep getting it. Alright, let's get our boys' crit chance up. I mean, I don't need to. I don't need to. Wait, hold on. Is it permanently Frost Towers now? Or is it gonna change to the currently most built tower type? I thought this would change as the most built tower type changed, but that's not the case, huh? Damn, that's bullshit. I would have waited to buy it then. Super sus, dude. That's not something I considered. So, hey, if that's the case, please do not buy this unless your current most built tower type is your main DPS one that you're going to build a bunch of. God, that sucks. Unfortunately, I do need to delete all these towers again. But I got a little bit of extra gold out of it. I mean, getting a 90% return on demolishing them, like, come on. So worth it. Ugh! Honestly, I'll take the freeze. It's better than nothing. And at this point, it does make sense to move these down here to where they're in use when my towers are shooting them. Which, I know I said that earlier, but, I didn't actually move, like, all of them, you know what I'm saying? I could increase these guys' range to transfer directly to the guy and not miss out on like a 30% damage reduction. But honestly, it's just not worth it to me, man. I'm lazy. We'll just leave them auto-leveled to damage. How funny is that? Also, that's beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and take a 3-minute ad break before this final wave 30 boss. I'll be right back, guys. Just gonna grab some water, use the restroom, and I'll be back before you know it. Honestly, YouTube, I'm gonna call the video here. Goodbye, Farquad. And we're gonna make a new video here in a second that's more approachable for people to watch. So thank you so much for watching. Just click on my next video if you want to see me actually get past 40 and watch it happen, okay? All right, love you guys. Bye.